So in this video, I'm going to go over commonly confused words. Just as a mason uses bricks to build sturdy homes, writers use words to build successful documents. Consider the construction of a building. Builders need to use tough, reliable materials to build a solid and structurally sound skyscraper. From the foundation of the roof and every floor in between, every part is necessary. Writers need to use strong, meaningful words from the first sentence to the last, and in every sentence in between. You already know many words that you use as part of your everyday speaking vocabulary. You probably also know that certain words fit better in certain situations. Letters, emails, and even quickly jotted grocery lists require the proper selection of a vocabulary. So having a solid everyday vocabulary will help you with your writing. So learning new words and avoiding common word errors will make a real impression on your readers. Experienced writers know that deliberate, careful word selection and usage can lead to a more polished and more meaningful work. Commonly confused words. Some words in English cause trouble for speakers and writers because these words share a similar pronunciation, meaning, or spelling with another word. These words are called commonly confused words. For example, read aloud the following sentences. I like her new sweater. I knew she would wear that sweater today. These words may sound alike when spoken, but they carry entirely different usages and meaning. New is an adjective that describes the sweater as being not old, and new is the past tense of the word to know. Recognizing commonly misspelled words. New and new are just two of the words that can be confusing because of their similarities. Familiarize yourself with the following list of commonly confused words. And. A, used before a word that begins with a consonant, a key, a mouse, a screen. An, used before a word that begins with a vowel, an airplane, an ocean, an igloo. It's on the test. It's on the test. They're going to test you in the quiz. Is it a airplane or an airplane? Is it a igloo or an igloo? Okay, quiz alert, quiz alert. And conjunction connects two or more words together. Peanut butter and jelly, quiz alert. Pen and pencil, quiz alert. Jump and shout. You better know that because they're going to have which is correct. A pen, pencil, a pencil, pencil, pen, a pen, pen, pencil, pen and pencil. Of course, they don't use the choices that bizarre, but they will give you some strange choices. But you have to know that the correct way of saying it is peanut butter and jelly, pen and pencil, jump and shout, an airplane, because we always use an in front of a vowel, and we always use a in front of a consonant. That's what they're trying to teach you. Accept, accept. Accept means to take or agree to something offered. Accept means only or but. Affect and effect. Affect is used as a verb. Effect is used as a noun. Are and our. Are is the, my cousins are tall. We will bring our cameras to take pictures. My glasses are by the bed. I will buy new glasses after the doctor's appointment. It's and its. The butterfly flapped its wings. It is the most beautiful butterfly I have ever seen. I know the male peacock sports the brilliant feathers. I have no time to visit the zoo this weekend. Without a bell, her pants are loose. She will lose even more weight after finishing marathon training. I have many friends to help me move. I studied maps of the city to know where to rent a new apartment. I should have helped her with that heavy box. My work will require quite a lot of concentration. I need a quiet room to complete the assignments. I will quit when I am hungry for dinner. When bowling, she practices the right form. The ball curved to the right and hit the last pin. After the team members bowl, I will write down their scores. She set the mug on the saucer. All the mugs and saucers belong in a set. I'll sit on the sofa while she brews the tea. I suppose I will bake the bread. Suppose we all split the cost of the dinner. She was supposed to create the menu. Registered nurses require less schooling than doctors. Doctors first complete medical school and then obtain a residency. Oh yeah, this is a they, there, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to have you read all of this. Oh, and this is the one that's on the quiz. Your pronoun, a form of you that shows possession. Your book bag is unzipped. Your, join the words you and are. You're the girl with the unzipped book bag. And so here you can practice how to use the words. My little cousin turns. Is it two, or two? So if I were teaching students, I would go over this. So strategies to avoid commonly confused words. Use a dictionary. Keep a list of words you commonly confuse. Study the list of commonly confused words. So I didn't go over all of these because I would let you read it yourself, but I'll go over it anyway. So there, the dog walker feeds their dog every day. They are the sweetest dogs in the neighborhood. The dogs' bowls are over there. There are more treats if the dogs behave. Let's go to the circus. 2 clowns squirted the elephants with water. The tents were too loud and we left. We used a weed whacker to trim the hedges. He used the lawnmower last night. He used to hire a team to landscape, but now he landscapes alone. Who is the new student? Who's met him? Who has met him? So this one is who is the new student, and this one is who has met him. Whose schedule allows them to take the new student on a campus tour. And then your book bag is unzipped, and you are the girl with the unzipped book bag. And then you should practice this. This is fun. Use a dictionary. And so all employers value effective communication. When giving an important presentation, you need to make sure that you don't confuse your words. Consistently using the proper words will improve your communication and make a positive impression on your boss and colleagues. And so here you can go by yourself and figure out what are the errors in that sentence. So here, key takeaways. In order to write accurately, it is important for writers to be aware of commonly confused words. Although commonly confused words may look alike or sound alike, their meanings are very different. Consulting the dictionary is one way to make sure you are using the correct word in your writing. You may keep a list of commonly confused words nearby when you write or study the chart in this book. Choosing the proper words leaves a positive impression on your readers. So this ends. Oh, this doesn't end. And then next, spelling. So I have to do the entire, so I'm going to be doing the entire chapter 11. So I'm going to do each video separately. No, I'm going to continue. So spelling rules, this is also on your quiz. So I'm just going to go right here, and you need to memorize all of these rules in order to understand the quiz. When I before E except C, when pronounced A, like neighbor or way, achieve, niece, alien. When words end in a consonant plus Y, drop the Y and add I before adding another ending. Happier, cried. When words end in a vowel plus Y, keep the Y and add the ending. Delayed. Memorize the following exceptions. Day, lay, say, pay. Daily, laid, said, paid. When adding an ending that begins with a vowel, such as able, ence, ing, or illy, drop the last E in a word, writing, purity. When adding an ending that begins with a consonant, such as less, meant, li, keep the last E in a word, hopeless, advertisement. For many words ending in a consonant and O, add S when using the plural form. Photos, sopranos. Add ES to words that end in S, CH, SH, and X. Churches, faxes. So read the words in your assignment carefully. Use mnemonic devices to remember the correct spelling of words. Use a dictionary. Use a spell checker. Keep a list of frequently misspelled words. Look over corrected papers for misspelled words. Test yourself with flashcards. Homonyms. You have to know this for the quiz, okay? As soon as I have this bolded, that means you have to know this for the quiz. Just like for the quiz, and I'm telling you, you've got to memorize all of these spelling rules. And then you have to memorize these words, the correct spelling of these words, correct spelling of these words, the correct spelling of these words, and why, and so on. So on the quiz, they're going to give you a word without this E, for instance. They'll say a chive, and they'll misspell it, and you have to know how to spell it. So you got to study these spelling rules for your test. You got to know what the definition of homonyms are. Homonyms are words that sound alike, like one another, but have different meanings. So that now you got to know the difference between principle. The principle is the fundamental concept that is accepted as true. The principle of human equality is an important foundation for all nations. Principle, the original amount of debt which interest is calculated. The payment plan allows me to pay back only the principal amount, not any compounded interest. The principal held a conference for both parents and teachers. And then the difference between where, and where. Where are you located? I wear a lot of clothes. He sells a lot of wares at his store. Lead and lead. The lead pipes in my homes are old and need to be replaced. She led the patrons through the museum. Which apartment is yours? She thinks she is a witch. Peace and peace. And another thing is spell checker is not going to know the difference between peace and peace. So you have to know the commonly confused words. So piece of cake and world peace. To go away or move. He passed the slower cars on the road. The argument happened in the past. My dentist gave me medicine to lessen the pain. Today's lesson was about mortgage interest rates. The novice teacher's patience with the unruly class was astounding. The patients were tired of eating hospital food. He sees a whale through his binoculars. The oceans and seas are influenced by the moon. The king plans to seize all the peasants' land. She threw the football with perfect form. She walked through the door and out of his life. And so here are some commonly misspelled words you have to memorize. So key takeaways. You need to know how to spell the words, and you have to have a commonly misspelled word list near you. And then you should use a dictionary and a thesaurus, because if you use a dictionary and a thesaurus, it will help you with spelling, pronunciation, parts of speech, definition, synonyms, and etymology. Oh, this is also on the quiz. They're going to ask you, what is etymology? What does etymology mean? The etymology is the history of the word. What are synonyms? Words that have similar meaning. What's a definition? The meaning of the word. Part of speech. That's the function of the word. Pronunciation. How to say the word. And spelling. And so that's also on your quiz. So anything that's bolded like this, okay, you have to write this down into your notebook and memorize it for the quiz. Precocious. She's such a precocious little girl. So this is how to read the dictionary. So the dictionary will tell you this word is an adjective. The word precocious is an adjective. The definition means that she's uncommonly smart, mature, advanced, or smart. So that is the definition. And then this is how the word can be used in a sentence. Bright, brilliant, gifted. I mean, these are the synonyms. Antonym means the opposite. So the opposite of precocious is slow, backwards, stupid. And then you got to know the difference between a denotation and a connotation. That's also on the quiz. So a denotation is the dictionary definition of a word. A connotation is the emotional or cultural meaning attached to a word. The connotation can be positive, negative, or neutral. Keep in mind the connotative meaning when choosing a word. And so here they give you some examples. Denotation, exceptionally thin and slight. So denotation means the definition. Connotation, in this sentence, the word scrawny may have a negative connotation in the reader's mind. They might find it to mean a weakness or a personal flaw. However, the word fits into the sentence appropriately. So if you say someone is scrawny, then so connotation is like you're insinuating, you're inferring. If someone is scrawny, that means they're thin, they're underfed, underprivileged, there's some negative to it. Denotation means this word simply means someone being thin. So that's the difference between denotation and connotation. A denotation is neutral and does not have any particular, emotion to it. And connotation can be either positive or negative. So you need to know the difference between a denotation and a connotation. That's on the quiz. So slang. A slang, then you got to know what's slang again? You got to know their definition of what's slang. So slang describes informal words that are considered non-standard English. Slang often changes with passing fads and may be used by or familiar to only a specific group of people. So you got to memorize what that means. What's a cliche? There's a difference between cliche. Cliche is a descriptive expression that have lost their effectiveness because they are overused. Writings that use cliches suffers from a lack of originality and insight. So whenever my brother and I get into an argument, he always says something that makes my blood boil. We don't use make my blood boil in our essays. Instead, you would say, my brother makes me angry. So you avoid cliches in writing, and you got to memorize what's a cliche for your quiz. And you got to memorize what is a slang for your quiz. Every time they bold something like this and put this little arrow, that means it's on the quiz, it's on the quiz, and you're going to have to memorize that. Either that or get it wrong. And so specific words and images only make your writing more interesting to read. So instead of saying my puppy is cute, you add more adjectives, and that makes your writing much better. So key takeaways: use a dictionary so you can improve your word choice. Know the difference between connotation and denotation, and know the definition of slang and cliches, which should be avoided in your writing. So I'm going to end this video as it's reached its 20-minute mark. and I will continue this video on chapter 11 in my next video. So I hope that you enjoyed this video on parts 1, 2, and 3 of chapter 11.